If you're already making your hard-boiled eggs in the Instant Pot, you're a step ahead of most people. But what you don't know is that you might be doing it wrong. I'm willing to bet that you use one of these methods, the 5-5-5 method or the 6-6-6 method. Well, if you do, that's totally fine, but I'm here to show you an even better way. The only things you need are eggs, a cup of water, and something to keep them off the bottom of the pot. I personally use a steamer basket. If you don't have any of those, just make something out of some foil. You can make a little ring like this, you can make a little triangle, whatever it takes to keep them off the bottom of the pot. I'm just gonna fill up this basket with 12 eggs. This recipe works for as many eggs as you want. You can do 1 egg or you can do a full basket's worth. Everyone loses their mind when they see this for the first time. But did you know your lid can stand on the base? And what about if you're one of those domestic urban farmers and you have your own chickens that lay your own eggs? Well, they'll work too. The age and the freshness of the eggs may make a difference sometime, but I think with my method, it works for any egg. Now add in 1 cup of water. If you're using a 3-quart Instant Pot, use 1 cup of water. If you're using an 8-quart Instant Pot, use 1.5 cups of water, no more than that. The reason you don't want to add more water than that is because it's going to take longer to come to pressure and they're going to be cooking for even longer. You don't want overcooked eggs. Then throw the lid on, turn the knob to sealing, and then this is the most crucial part, the timing. For perfectly cooked Instant Pot hard-boiled eggs, do 2 minutes on high pressure, followed by a 13 to 15 minute natural pressure release. Once you add the time onto your Instant Pot, it will pause momentarily and then say, on. This means that your pot has registered the 2-minute cook time and it's starting to heat up and pressurize. Once your pot comes to pressure, this pin right here will pop up and it will be flush with the lid. If you hear any sputtering out of here, that's totally normal. So why do I do 2 minutes with a 13 to 15 minute natural pressure release? With the 5-5-5 or the 6-6-6 method, that intense pressure cook is cooking those eggs at a super high temperature for 5 or 6 whole minutes. It's as if you took a soda bottle or something carbonated in a can and just was shaking it for 5 or 6 minutes straight. That's a lot of pressure that's going to build in there. With my method, going 2 minutes at high pressure, it gets a really intense pressure cook for only 120 seconds, and then it just gets to relax. And now that we're at 15 minutes, I'm going to open the lid. And what I usually do is just take out the whole steamer basket full of eggs and rinse them under cold water. Put the steamer basket back in and then fill up the whole pot with cold water and ice. Cooling down the eggs like this immediately after they're done cooking is super important. The reason is because these eggs are super hot once they come out of the pressure cooker. We want to shock them with super ice cold water so then those peels and the membrane inside detaches from the wall of the shell. It also stops the cooking process, so then you have perfectly cooked eggs that aren't overdone. I never time this step, I just make sure that they're completely cool, usually about 10 or 15 minutes. While these eggs were cooking, I also made a batch of eggs with a 6-minute cook time, a 6-minute natural pressure release, and an ice bath. And now we're going to compare the two. First, we're going to do a peel test, then we're going to do a texture test, and then lastly, a taste test. First, we're going to start out with the 6-6-6 egg. I tap, put a little pressure on it, and roll. Doing so will make these eggshells just peel right off. I also find that if you peel them in water or under running water, they come out really well. There we go. Hey, that's a really nice egg. Next is our 215 egg. That is a beautiful egg as well. At a glance, you can't really tell a huge difference. And here are the fresh eggs from my mother-in-law. So I've noticed that these shells are a lot thinner than the eggs I get from the grocery store, but as you can see, this came off in just a huge piece. This is the 6-minute egg and this is the 2-minute egg. However, when I pick them up like this, I can definitely tell a difference. The white on the 6-minute egg is a lot firmer. It's almost bordering on rubbery. The yolk on the 6-minute egg is soft, almost feels a little gummy. The white on the 2-minute egg is cooked, but it's still a lot more tender. The yolk on the 2-minute egg is a little bit drier, but not so dry, but it's not gummy. I'm gonna do a little taste test on the 6-minute egg with a little bit of salt. That's a solid egg. That's a good egg. Next is the 2-minute egg. It's a subtle difference, but this one is a lot firmer. This one's nice and tender, and my teeth kind of sunk right into that egg yolk. With the 6-minute egg, it felt like there was just a little bit more resistance and it's a little gummy. So my final verdict is to do a 2-minute pressure cook with a 13 to 15 natural pressure release. Depending on your altitude and the freshness of your eggs, a 215 may feel a little overcooked to you. And if that's the case, just lessen the natural pressure release to 13 or 14 minutes. If you want your eggs to be cooked a little longer, of course, you just add a minute or two to the natural pressure release. Like I said, both are solid options, but this one definitely takes the cake. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you watch this video next. You're going to love it, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.